Hi, friends, and welcome to another quasi-fascinating edition of Socially Distant. And because I remember the 21st night of September, I'm Brian Noonan. And yes, for the record, I know it's actually September 22nd, but who doesn't love a good Earth, Wind, and Fire reference to get things kicked off? I know I do, and now hopefully you do as well. Oh my goodness, what has been going on? We have started autumn. We have officially now been in the pandemic mode, the quarantine, the self-isolation, the mask wearing, the socially distance for what is beginning our third season. Yes, we started our fourth season because we started this at the end of winter, couple days before the official beginning of spring. So we were winter, spring, summer, now we are into autumn. Oh my goodness, can we make it an entire year in a pandemic and in this crazy socially distant environment? Quite frankly, I don't think so. We've seen the country splintering since the beginning. We are still arguing about whether it's good enough to wear masks and stay 6 feet apart. Side note, it is. Wear a mask. Don't be an idiot. But if you're like me and my wife, you're probably getting to the point where you're like, boy, I really need to break out of this. I really need to do something. I want to be safe. I still want to make sure that I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do. And yet, staying in the house all the time, ordering things in all the time, it's getting a little boring, you know? So we've done a couple things. I think I mentioned the other day that we went apple picking. That was lovely. We went out, it's an outdoor activity. You can do that outside. The farm we went to, which we always go to, socially distant, masks were mandatory, everything was fine. We were in, we were out. Well, it got to the point now where we had been talking about going out for either a drink or for something to eat. And we've been doing this for a while, going back and forth. We had thought about it before we went to New Orleans. Should we go out when we're in New Orleans? Turns out we didn't. We ordered and brought food into our daughter's house. We didn't fly to New Orleans. We stayed at her place rather than staying in a hotel. We ate food in. The only thing we did go out for was to get a snowball, and that's a line outdoors, and everybody was socially distanced, where everybody was wearing the mask. They didn't let you go into the shop. You had to order outside, and then you walked away. So that was fine. But we've been getting a little itchy. And my wife has been getting a little itchier than myself because, unlike me, she's been staying home a lot more. I've been doing most of the shopping. She goes out once in a while, but not too often. So the other day we were thinking about going out because it's Oktoberfest time. Now, the real Oktoberfest in Munich has been canceled this year, but that doesn't stop all the local breweries and restaurants from having little Oktoberfest celebrations around here, and I do love a good Oktoberfest beer. I like a schnitzel too, and some spätzle and red cabbage, but that's a whole different thing, and you don't need to know all my menu choices. Point is, it was Saturday, and we were going to go out because a couple of our local breweries that we really enjoyed a lot pre-pandemic and who have been able to stay afloat were having different Oktoberfest celebrations, unleashing their new beers. Oh, it was going to be fantastic. The weather was perfect here in Chicago, so we decided instead of going to my mom's, we would, Debbie worked a little overtime, and then we were going to go out and have a beer. Big day for the Noonans. Oh my goodness. Now, we had discussed many times what we would do in the event that something didn't make us feel comfortable, and we decided we would just drive by, and if it was too packed, we would not stay. So, now, when I mention these breweries, this is not an indictment on them, it's just their popularity. So we get ready to go. We're set. Oh man, we're looking forward to sitting outside on a beautiful pre-fall day and drinking a couple beers, maybe having a giant pretzel, pretending we're German when we really are not, but who cares? It's just like people who celebrate St. Patrick's Day. You don't have to be a nationality to have a good time. So we head into Berwyn to one of our favorite places, a Flapjack Brewery. Now they're an indoor place, but since the pandemic, they were able to open a tiny little outdoor space. And I don't know about you, but we're not ready to go indoors yet. We are still, we're barely ready to go outdoors. But we decided we'll go see. Well, it was their big Oktoberfest celebration, and as we drove by, their small outdoor space was packed. Now, I know they, like many other places, are doing time limits on their tables, but there were people waiting in line on the sidewalk. It was just too crowded. So we thought, well, we'll go back there another time. Let's try another brewery. Another one of our favorites, Buckledown Brewing. They were having their big Oktoberfest. So let's go there. So we drive there, same deal. We drove past, and now they've put in a very nice outdoor area too. Not really big, but as big as they could handle. And it was packed. Not packed past, the legal limits or past safe, but past the point of being comfortable for us at this point. So I thought, well, we'll go back another time, because I've driven by there and picked things up in the past, and we still support our favorite places, but it wasn't time. So then we thought, well, all right, let's try one more place. Now, they weren't doing an Oktoberfest, but we love Exit Strategy Brewing because of their food and their beer rather. And we knew from following them on social media that they had been doing a lot to make sure that things were safe. Well, we called because you have to reserve a spot on their patio. So you have a table, you have to reserve a spot inside because, it's limited seating everywhere. Well, we called and they said, well, you can have an outdoor table in about a half hour. Perfect. We go, checked in. Oh, yes. Here they put everything in a bag. All your utensils, cups, anything you're going to need is in a bag. On the front of it, it says, here's your check-in time. Here's the time that they're going to drop the tab so that you can be out by your 90 minutes. We walked outside. Their little parking lot has been transformed into an outdoor dining area. All the tables were very far apart. We sat down. They have a sign that lets you, so you can have the server come to your table. If the sign is down, the server won't bother you, so they don't catch you off guard, because when you're sitting at the table, you don't have to have your mask on. But when a staff member comes, this is all over Illinois, staff member comes to your table, you're supposed to put your mask on. So this way you can call your waiter or waitress, server. I hate the term server, don't you? I'm not a plantation owner back in the 1800s. Waiter or waitress. So you can ask that person to come, or they stay away, and suffice it to say, we had a lovely time. Now, does that mean we're going to be going out all the time and doing this again? I don't know, but this one was very safe. So I guess the message from all of this is, 1, I really love going out to have a beer. 2, my wife does too. 3, do what's comfortable for you. As I said, we're not ready to go and eat inside yet. And I know that's going to be a problem for a lot of places in the next couple months, especially here in Chicago or anywhere north of the Mason-Dixon. But do what you can. Support your local businesses. Have a little bit of fun. Autumn is here. I can't wait. This is my favorite time of year because, as you can imagine, my color palette is strictly autumn. Oh, I look good in earth tones. So enjoy yourself. If you get a chance, enjoy some great Oktoberfest beers from wherever it is that you enjoy great beers. It's my favorite time of year, as I said. But anyway, that's all for now. I will be back later in the week and we'll have more interesting anecdotes, or at least stories that I think are interesting anecdotes. Until then, and until next time, stay safe, stay friendly, stay patient, stay masked up, and as always, stay socially distant. Bye.